Alright, let's move on to the body. Now one thing I wanted to figure out as soon as possible is a loop wrapping around the hole that my arm will grow out. Okay, so when I look at this part, I think maybe I'm having two little lines going up and down. So let me add this line here and Control Shift and delete that line and add one more line here. Control Shift and delete that and add one more line here. You can see what I'm doing is just trying to add one more line here, but I have to shift the other two away. Now the easier way for me is actually redo those two loops, and that's exactly what I did. Okay, and I can still try to shift things around to make it nice and even. Okay. Anyway, so now I have this one smaller loop. I'm gonna make it go this way. Oh, actually, I kind of wanted to have this loop go this way instead. Okay, not from there, but you know, wrapping around. So this hole is something I need to figure out soon as possible, because that's marking the important transition part. Just like how I did on the ear, I marked out those important structures with loops, and then I just need to fill in the empty part. Right? That's one of the strategies people use to, you know, figure out their topology. All right, now you can see it's very easy to just have this loop kind of like in contact of these part. Okay, now there's one thing I see that is not quite symmetrical. I'm not sure if you see it or not, but you can see this loop is having this end going towards the arm, but the other loop doesn't go towards that. So you can either choose to have this guy over here, or you can also say I don't want it to be like this here either. So what you can do is say, okay, I want this guy to be more like this. So that way we're trying to see to define like how everything goes, right? So in order to be able to spot those issues, like those lines you're creating, those loops you're creating, are they going towards the same spot, right? Are they doing the same thing? If they're not, then you can choose to fix that to tell them to do the same thing. Anyway, so now I can have this line go down, sorry, that loop go down, and that loop also go down. Okay, all right. Okay, so you want to determine like where do you want them, these things to happen. All right, now moving on to the body part, we can then keep going. And here what I want to do is have a pole here, and I can have this loop going down and wrap around the breasts. Okay, now here something is really I want to actually show you the actual solution here. You may think that the solution here will be just have some kind of like a topology you see on a sphere, but I will actually do something a little bit different, and I'm gonna tell you why. But here, let me just have these guys wrapping around. I think I can stop here. Okay, and I can just have all these guys going down. Okay, and I think my performance is getting low again. So let me go ahead and say right-click Object Mode, Q button, go to Edit, delete by type, hit straight. Okay, or Alt-Shift-D. Now let's go to Quad Draw again, and this should make it faster. So let me extend out, connect. Okay. Right, and keep going. And you can already see my solution for this part. You may wonder, okay, why is it like that? Why doesn't it go like more like, you know, a let me fill that in. So this is the solution I'll go for the breasts. Again, you may wonder why it doesn't go like a rounded shape around on the inside. The reason is because that topology is actually not very easy to deform. If you think about it, let me actually go create a shape like that. You can see this is like a sphere, right? Now you may think that's the topology I need over there, and of course I can do that. But the problem is, if I'm having this shape, then you want to bend this area up and down, left and right. right? Oops. Let me turn off that live. You know, it's not gonna give you very good result because you can see that these this weird deformer, the weird triangle happening there. It's because of the bending you're trying to do. It's not as easy as a simple grade. Okay, so that's why I choose to do it that way, just to be aware of that. Now, of course, this is not going to be like a disaster if you do it that way. I see a lot of people doing it that way, but I just want to propose this way of thinking so that the topology doesn't really represent the anatomy, but rather the shape, and support the deformation is going to be the key purpose. Okay, so let me just shifting things around, and I can have this guy keep going down. Okay, and I can choose to block these guys in and add that. Okay, let's smooth these things out. All right. So here I can choose to have one more loop going down, maybe. So that's gonna make this part having lesser line going downwards. As you can see, I'm having one more loop going sideways. Okay, and that helps me to also enhance the crease at the bottom. Okay, and I can keep going to the arm. Okay. Alright, I'm moving down from there. I can keep going towards the side. At some point, again, I will have a pole here. And you can see I have one pole here, one pole there. They're symmetrical and they're on the same loop. Right? If you can do that, that's good. Okay. And I can just extend from here. Now, I personally don't worry about having too much length going to the whole of the arm, because you know that you have a lot of loop on the fingers, and those transferred to the palm of your hand and eventually transfers to the arm. So the arm does need many loops to support that, to be able to have the same amount of poly going connect to the hand. So oftentimes I'm trying to give it more loop if I can, and that's what I did over there. Okay. Alright, so we have one more loop going down. Can extrude that out and add loop in the middle and just connect these. Okay, holding down shift to smooth these guys out. Thinking I need one more over here. Let me delete that and re-add it over here, and delete that, and or I can smooth these guys out basically. Alright, let me add one more loop over here to ease the transition to the back. Alright, again you can see this line is tilted this way. Now again, the bending direction of the body, you may want it to be a different way, so you want to think about that. Oftentimes I try to make them as horizontal as possible, because that's how I'm going to position my joints, not in a horizontal way but a complete vertical way, so at least the bending direction is supported well by those loops on the body. Okay, so always think about deformation when you're doing topology. Alright, so I'm gonna keep this guy going down. Now here I have the scapula on the back. I can choose to either represent it or not, but I'm gonna choose to do it. So let me move this guy up, add one more line here, and it's gonna go wrap around this corner, as you can see over here, right? So that's gonna be used to represent the corner of that, and then I can extend that and add 2 loops in the middle and fill that in. Okay, and then I can just extend these guys all the way down to maybe over here and add 2 more loops, and I just need to merge these guys. Alright, maybe 1 more loop. Okay, I have no problem with that. Alright, and then I can extrude down from here all the way down to the bottom, or to where my other loops ends from the front, and then also these guys. And here I may choose to have that pull happening over here, so I can easily just transfer over. I have a pull over here, and then I just need to add in the same amount of loop on this face, and then I can fill in the gaps over here. Okay, and then I can hold down Shift to even out their positioning. Alright, so that's going to be the upper torso. Okay, and then moving on to the next video, we're going to keep going down to the bottom of the torso. Okay, see you next time.